Samuel? Are you there? Please, say something. There you are. Where have you been? I've been looking for you. You promised you wouldn't just disappear anymore. I've been looking all over for you. Ow! What's wrong with you? I don't know who you are. I don't know my own husband. You disappear every night. You only talk when it's absolutely necessary. Where is the man that I married, Samuel? I want my husband back!
What have I done? What the hell have I done? Oh no! I didn't want this! No! No! Oh, no!
Get on with it! Stick the damn fuse back in! I want to open the store!
An old dust-encrusted fuse box. There are a lot of wires coming out of the top of it, which then run along the floor joists. Doesn't look exactly safe. Okay then. Just like everything else of Fuller's, pretty well junk. I think I can swap a fuse over without needing instructions. The blown fuse must be under here. Huh, Fuller's already had a go at it. But again, he couldn't sort it out. The 3 other fuses look fine, but this one's had it. I should throw that away, otherwise I'll get mixed up. Let's see. A few plastic containers, bottles and boxes, light bulbs, cables, grease. And a small carton of fuses. Hopefully the fuses work. You never know in this place. There's just one fuse left in the box. But at least it looks unused. I reckon it still ought to work. Well, that's that. Now all we need is some power. Okay, so let's have a look. Let there be light. Don't need this anymore. Some photo of a beach and an ocean. There are millions of pictures like this. They all look the same somehow. So let's go up. A wonderful working day awaits, full of appreciation and deep personal fulfillment. Ugh.
Finally! You make a big deal about going to college, but you're too sappy to replace a fuse. Put that board outside in front of the store. Get on with it!
The store isn't doing very well. I don't think a cheap sign is gonna change that. But what the hell? Fuller. What can you say? A good reason to have doubts about humanity? I've only been working here a few days, and I've already given up hope that he might, just once, behave like a normal human being. This is probably the most stressful holiday job that I've ever had. Holiday job in a photo studio? Yeah, sure. Great stuff. Learn new things, earn some money. And the reality looks a little different. Fatter and more bald. Know what I'm saying?
Someone's really turned your head.
Huh?
You've put it the wrong way around.
Yeah.
I'd like to get some portraits done. Some pretty black and white pictures. Have I come to the right place?
Oh, yeah. You're at just the right place. Black and white photography is my specialty.
Wonderful. So let's get started. My name's Angelina, by the way.
Oh, I'm Darren. Let's go inside.
Welcome to Fuller's photography store. What can I do for you?
I wanted to get some portraits done.
Ooh. Very good. We can start right away, dear lady.
But I thought Darren would...
What? But he's just an errand boy. A pretty child like you deserves a real photographer. Here, go and pick up the post and take this letter to Mrs. Biba in the diner in the main square. I've got things to do.
Son of a... Jebediah Biddeford or something like that, I guess.
Yeah, just down the street.
Thanks a lot.
Some people. That's Mrs. Biba, I think. As far as I can understand it, she runs this place with her husband. They got 2 or 3 people working in the kitchen. One of them's Mr. Biba. Mrs. Biba works out here on her own. Looks like she really works her butt off. That's Mrs. Biba, I think. As far as I can understand it, she runs this place with a husband. Excuse me.
I'll be right there. What can I get you, my boy?
Actually, I'm here to give you something. It's from Fuller in the photo store.
Psst. Hey, come over here. I can guess what this is about. The dirty old swine. I should have known. Vermin ain't so easy to get rid of. Tell him
You better tell him yourself. Whatever it is, you...
Claire! You gonna talk all day? The customers are waiting!
Get out of here and tell your boss he can go to hell.
Jeez. What the hell was that all about then? Huh. She sure didn't seem to be a fan of Fuller's. I got that much. And the guy in the kitchen, he sure wasn't supposed to see that she had mail.
Hello? Young man! You're Darren Michaels, aren't you?
Yes, and you are?
Oh, excuse me. My name is Newhouse. I'm a doctor at the health center.
At the health center? You mean at the hospital out there?
Well, yes. We call it the Biddeford Health Center. We aren't just a hospital. We have yoga courses and cookery courses and...
And what do you want from me?
Yes. I know your mother, Darren. We had a date here this morning, to be more precise. Me and her. We wanted to hang up some pictures your mother painted in the health center.
Yes, and...
She's not there. She's normally always... She's always punctual, isn't she? This kind of thing never happens.
Look, I don't have a lot of time right now. I'll give her a call, okay? As soon as I'm back in the store. Maybe she's forgotten about your little meeting, Doc.
If you say so, but actually...
I gotta go. I'll call Mom later and tell her that you're waiting for her in the health center. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And then I said to him, Jason, I need a new car, urgently.
Oh yeah, and then?
What can I say? It's parked right outside.
You can't be serious.
Sure, I'm being serious. A convertible, totally cute.
Excuse me?
Have you got something wrong with your ears?
No, I just wanted a package.
Something wrong with your eyes then?
Huh?
Listen, I'm talking here. Can't you see that?
Yeah, I can see as clear as day, unfortunately. But I have to collect a package for Fuller at the photo store.
There'll be no line jumping in this store. You're online, okay? Now wait until I'm ready.
Ugh, the young kids today.
Always. I'm always having a fight with them.
Bad parents, that's what it is.
That's Miss Rosie,
So tell me,
the store lady.
what's happening with your
She
new car?
might not be the world's
A
greatest
convertible.
employee.
So
And I
cute.
presume
In
nobody's ever quite
beautiful
dared to
red
tell her that
and
fact.
all the best upholstery and everything.
Maybe a
Oh,
realtor.
you earned it.
Well,
Oh,
she's a
you.
homemaker, first
We'll
and
take a little
foremost.
spin later.
Where is it then?
Now,
It's parked
perhaps
right outside
Mrs.
the shop.
Superficial is familiar
Ooh,
with angles.
then we can go for a
or maybe
ride
she's
on my
a
lunch
Nirvana
break.
fan.
But isn't that
Really,
still a way
what the hell
off?
can I talk to her about?
So what is going on with Fork Truck Pete and that sister, what's her face?
Not the sister. That's Matt's cousin,
There's a
that's
few
who.
papers
I
here.
thought she was...
Some sort of forms and a pad of blank collection notes.
And then I said to him, Jason, I need a new car, urgently.
Hello? Might I get served here?
Of course. Just as soon as I'm through with this customer.
And that will be when? When she's lying on the floor with blood streaming out of her ears?
Well, really?
I'll serve the lady for as long as I see fit. We spell service with a capital S in this store.
Yeah, I can see that.
Ugh, the young kids today.
Always. I'm always having a fight.
A young woman. She looks sad. A young woman. She looks sad. Everything okay?
No, it's not actually. Carrie died here 2 years ago. She was my best friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did it happen?
You're not from around here.
No, I'm from Boston. I'm spending the semester break at my mother's.
Yes. Well, Carrie committed suicide. No one knows why. Everyone loved her. She was intelligent and always happy. I think there's still a picture of her in old Fuller's display window. A young woman with dark hair and green eyes.
Yes, I know that picture. A really pretty woman.
She had so many plans. After studying, she wanted to open a kindergarten here in Biddeford with her husband Jason. I just don't understand it. From one day to the next, she changed completely. Became really reclusive. She was depressed and melancholic all the time. No one could reach her anymore. Not even Jason. Even though they loved each other more than anything. Then one day, she just threw herself into the sea.
And no one knows why?
No one. Jason has never gotten over it. He couldn't help her. A few months later, he married that brainless bimbo with a convertible. He probably just felt so lonely. It's definitely got nothing to do with love.
He must have been really lonely.
Excuse me. I'd rather be alone right now.
Of course. I'm sorry. That car belongs to the world record talking lady from the shop. That could be useful. Thanks to all the chat.
Where is it then?
It's parked
Wow,
right outside
they're
the shop.
still yammering.
Ooh, then we
I
can go
need
for a
some
ride
idea
on
how
my
to
lunch
get that
break.
broad to leave.
But isn't that still a way off?
So what?
That car belongs to the world record talking lady.
Oh, my convertible!
Hello, is it something like my turn now? Please, don't let me rush you.
What do you want?
I'm supposed to collect something for Fuller. From the photo studio?
Collection note? This is the one, right here. Have you still got another note? There's another package for Fuller here.
Afraid not. Can I take it anyway?
I might turn a blind eye for nice customers.
So you're not gonna give it to me then?
Hell no!
Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
There's a really pretty young lady I've seen walking around here. Do you know her?
You had a real good look at her, didn't you?
Do you know her?
Well, I wouldn't say no. She came in here and asked about a photo studio, so I sent her up to Fuller's. She interrupted a conversation I was having with a friend. Can you believe that?
Ha! No way! I don't believe it. Hey, Rosie. Did you know Carrie, Jason's first wife?
Of course I knew her. I know everyone in Biddeford. At the end of the day, this is the only post office.
And what was she like?
What's that got to do with you?
I just wanted to chat a little.
Well, we never spoke too much. She was always so quiet. No comparison with Juliet. At least with her, you can have a decent conversation. Jason's so lucky he got her now. That really wasn't a life for a guy like Jason. With someone like that dragging him down, now, at least he's got a life.
Ah, so lucky.
Just between you and me, one shouldn't speak ill of the dead. But that Carrie, she was always a little strange.
Uh-huh. You know the Bibas?
From the diner? Sure I do.
What can you tell me about them?
I don't gossip, but her marriage ain't exactly the best.
Really?
Yeah, she's apparently very nice, a little jaded and stressed out. Can't ever forget her work. But him, he's an asshole. Been boozing for 2 or 3 years and is a bit free with his fists.
Why doesn't she leave him then?
No idea. She's real dependent on him. The diner belongs to the both of them. And besides, where would she go? Nobody would take her.
Thanks.
Yeah.
A well-sealed package. Not very heavy. I can hear a light tinkling, as though there were glass bottles or something inside.
He's sick. That disgusting pig.
What's going on?
Your lovely boss. Does he always try to grope his customers?
No, only the women.
That's not funny.
No, of course not. What can I say? Fuller's an asshole.
Well, he's never going to see me again. Darren, would you bring the photos to the hotel?
Of course. My pleasure.
Thanks, Darren. That's really nice of you. I'm staying at the Wild Coast, room number 5.
No problem. You'll have them this afternoon.
Thanks, my hero. See you later.
Huh. That's the guy from the diner. Is he following Angelina?
Hey, you're gonna gawk her ass right off. Whatever the bitch said, it's all a dirty pack of lies.
Sure.
Back to work. Hey, you got the package?
Yep.
Well then, give it to me.
How'd the photo shoot go?
Ah, shut up.
I only mean the young lady who...
That alley cat's gone, okay? No little goodbye kissy for little Darren. So now, get to work. The shelves here could use with a dusting and the gutter's leaky. And you still gotta take my mama's dogs for a walk. Go back to the post office again and ask if the new photo paper's already arrived. The Mailman still hasn't brought a collection note. And the store could also do with a good sweeping.
He's cranky. I guess Angelina did a number on his ego. Okay then. But before I start with all that stuff, I'd better give Mom a quick call and remind her she was gonna take the pictures to the hospital. And somehow I've got to get a hold of the film so I can make some prints of Angelina's pictures without Fuller catching me doing it. Fuller's camera. The film with Angelina's photos on it is definitely still in it. But I haven't a clue how I'm gonna get the film out of it without Fuller noticing. I'll just have to try later. A cheapo, old-time cuckoo clock. A testament to Fuller's fine taste for stylish interior decoration. I should call Mom first and remind her of a date with the doc. Strange that she didn't get in touch with him. She's usually so reliable. What have we got here? The US, Hawaii, something illegible, and Europe. Fuller's smeared half of it with his filthy paws. A very old-fashioned safe. There's a logo on it. M.T. Schultz, Pittsburgh. Looks at least 100 years old. I find it hard to believe that Fuller hides anything of worth in there. He's more the paranoid type that wants to protect his telephone bill from prying eyes. Huh. Seems like she's on the phone.
What the hell are you doing using my phone? While you're on the clock? I'm gonna take it out of your...
Yeah, whatever. Look, I just wanted to call my mother, but it was busy. It's not gonna make you go bust.
That broad spends the whole day on the phone, right? She already called up once while I was shooting that sweetie. Some drivel about Adrian in a mirror. I hung up. I got better things to do than listen to that kind of crap.
My mother called, and you didn't tell me?
The old lady's not all there in the head anymore, huh? Where you going? You're not on your own time yet.
Mom? Mom! Mom! Mom, can you hear me? Mom! Nothing. But she's still breathing. Her heart's beating. She's alive. Okay, think, Darren. I need an ambulance. Emergency? Yes. My name is Darren Michaels. I've just found my mother. She's unconscious.
Take it to the hospital, but take it real easy. I'll be following in my car in a minute.
How does it look?
Difficult to say, Darren. She must have stumbled, and now she's got a serious head injury. Exactly how bad it is, we can only find that out in the hospital.
But how can she fall so badly that she...
It's not the time for that now. Was your mother taking any kind of medication?
I don't know. She always has a load of painkillers for her back. No idea.
Please, collect anything that looks like medication and bring it back to me in the hospital. What about allergies?
Not that I know about.
That's not good enough. Could you find out the family doctor's number? Perhaps get a hold of her medical records.
Yeah, I'll go look. I'll see you in the hospital.
Very good. Oh, yeah. And we need your mother's insurance card.
That too? Okay, please, can you hurry? Oh man. Medication, insurance card, med history. I better hurry. My mother keeps her pots and pans and that kind of stuff in these cupboards. A few pots, shallow bowl, plates, a tray. I'll take the bowl. Mom's handbag. All her papers must be in there. All right, I found the insurance card. That's Mom's medicine dispenser. There's a box for every day of the week. She always used to joke about it. She said that because of her back, she consumed more pills a day than a whole old folks' home. But she never took as much as she was actually prescribed. She always maintained that she'd just forgotten to. The old home doctor then gave her the dispenser at some point. I always found it rather stupid not to take your medicine, preferring to suffer in agony. That's gotta be most of the medication, but maybe she's got more somewhere else. I should check. Mom's bathroom. Like her old place, nothing special. We weren't poor, but my mother was always modest. And by the looks of it, so is this place. An old lighthouse. Underneath's a sign with Willow Creek written on it. Perhaps it's from the place in England where she lived. She first came to the US in her early 30s, after the accident. Aha, some medicines. Boxes, little bottles, tubes. I'll take it all with me. I think that's it. I found all the medication. I think the furniture's still from her time in England. Quite old-fashioned, but stylish somehow. What do we got here? Handkerchiefs, a glasses case, an art magazine, a few Valerian draggies. Nothing I could use. My mother's address book. I ought to find her doctor's number in there. Let's see. It won't open. It's got a leather strap running from the back to the front cover, and there's a lock on it too. I need a key. plant on the windowsill. No idea what kind it is. Looks like there's something under the flower pot. It's a little brass key. Yes, and that's got the address book open. Now then, what was that doctor called? Dr. Wakefield. That's him. And here's his number. I just hope he's still got my mother's old medical records. Hopefully the number's still okay. Dr. Wakefield, 555...
Dr. Wakefield's practice?
My name's Darren Michaels. I have to speak to the doctor. It's an emergency.
One moment, please.
Dr. Wakefield speaking.
Hello, Dr. Wakefield. This is Darren Michaels.
Darren, is there something wrong with your mother? Mandy said...
Yes, she's been taken to the hospital. She's fallen over and taken a knock to the head. She's not responsive.
My God.
The hospital needs her medical history. Do you still have it?
Yes, we must still have it here.
Can you fax it over to the hospital?
Yes, of course. Hopefully nothing's happened to her back.
Wouldn't the support corset protect her?
Not necessarily. The corset supports her spine when she's standing up or sitting, but her back has been so badly affected since the accident that a fall can have repercussions.
I don't think I want to know. I'll just go down to the hospital and find out there.
Do that. I'll have the records sent to Biddeford. I hope your mother gets well soon.
Yeah, me too.
Give her my best wishes as soon as she's awake.
I'll do that. See you later, Doc. Well, that's done. Dr. Wakefield has always cared well for Mom. With that back of hers, she could barely stand, sit, or lie down without causing her pain. And then she has the burns as well. And now this. I'll just get dressed and then go straight to the hospital. I hope she's all right. Hello, I'd like to see my mom, Rebecca Michaels.
One moment. Your mother is still being examined. Have you got the medication with you?
Yes, here. Oh, and I've also got the insurance stuff. When can I...
Ah, thank you, thank you. I will tell Dr. Newhouse. Please take a seat for a moment. I will let you know when you can go in and see your mother. Excuse me, Mr. Michaels?
Yes?
There is a problem with your mother's insurance card. It looks like she didn't make the last payment.
I don't know anything about that. and I really don't give a damn.
Obviously, it's a little unpleasant, but the insurance...
Look, I don't give a damn about the insurance. What's happening with my mom? How long is this thing gonna take?
I'm sure you'll be able to see her soon. But if we can't clear up this thing with the insurance, then we've got a problem here. You'll have to... Okay, Doctor. You can see your mother now. The room at the end on the right. Mr. Michaels? I can't help it if your mother hasn't paid, or if the bank hasn't made the transfer, or if the medical insurance won't cover the treatment. Here, take the card with you and sort it out. In the end, your mother will be back on her feet, but she won't have a roof over her head anymore.
Thanks. How is she?
Not good, I'm afraid. The wounds to her head are quite severe. She must have fallen against the table with all her weight behind her.
Is she going to...
One should never give up hope. But your mother's in a coma, Darren. I'm sorry, but it's rather uncommon for someone to wake from a deep coma. Perhaps if she'd been discovered earlier, then there wouldn't have been so much bleeding in her skull.
You're saying that if I'd gone to her straight after our talk, then she wouldn't be here now, lying in a coma?
But my boy, you couldn't possibly have known.
Yeah, how could I have known? Fuller.
Sorry?
Fuller! She phoned the photo store. She wanted to speak to me, and Fuller just hung up on her.
Wait, no, that's completely...
She was conscious and wanted help, but Fuller...
Darren, get a grip. It was an accident. No one's to blame, and you should just...
Just what? Simply sit here at the bedside and hope that she gets better? I can't barely believe that.
Darren! You must...
Thanks for your help.
We'll look after your mother round the clock, Darren. You're welcome to stay here. I'll pop in again later.
I'm not gonna stay here. I still have things to sort out. That fat bastard's gonna pay for this. It seems to... She looks so weak. My mom always had a fighting spirit, and all this just because she tripped. Probably rushing around again, doing someone or other a favor. And then that stupid cupboard. Oh, and Fuller, if he even... I'm gonna squeeze him dry for this. There's a stethoscope. Presumably someone from the clinic forgot it when washing their hands. Doc Newhouse has definitely still got his. I'll take it with me. They ought to be able to rustle up another one here. A set of scales. Maybe for overweight patients? They certainly look a bit more solid than the ones you have in your bathroom at home. I'd better leave the scales here. What would I do with scales? Typical hospital chic. There's a little medicine bottle lying here. Perhaps it belonged to the patient who was here before my mother. Laxativa. A powerful laxative. Sounds useful.
No, I can't tell you that. You can talk to her son if you like. He's just There he is.
Hey! Hey! You! What the hell? A nurse, and perhaps an administrator as well. They could well be one and the same nowadays. The way things look, it seems that healing the patients is a kind of secondary activity. Hi.
Hello, Mr. Michaels. What can I do for you?
What did that guy want?
He was asking about your mother.
What did he want to know?
He wanted to know if
she made it?
Yes. But I told him we're not allowed to give out patient information. He ought to speak to you.
I don't know the guy, but he's gone out of his way to avoid me twice already. You know who he is?
I'm sorry, no. But he's got an accent. I think he's British. But with something else, too.
Listen, I don't want that guy anywhere near my mother. You understand?
Of course.
Are you from around here?
You could say that. I grew up here.
Then you surely must be able to tell me some exciting stories about the place.
Ah, well, not really all that much happens here. You know, a young woman killed herself a couple of years back. She jumped into the ocean, and they had to call in extra divers to help search for her. They didn't save her, though. They never even found the body. But apart from that, there's never really much happening here.
You mean Carrie? Did you know her?
Yes, we used to go to aerobics together.
Any idea why she killed herself?
We'd all like to know the answer to that one. She was always so happy. We used to have lots of laughs together. But then, she changed. She also stopped coming to the sports events, and I lost touch with her. I had no idea she was having such a hard time with herself.
Thanks for the info. See ya.
Goodbye, Mr. Michaels.
A soda machine. Chucks out various kinds of sugared water. A bottle of soda. Great. A few glossies and a health magazine. Oh well. I'll take the fashion magazine here. Oh, and the auto magazine.
Mrs. Biber.
Yes, what can I get you? All right, what is it?
I was just asking, what Fuller...
Listen, I ain't got the time, nor do I want to talk about that scumball. Bug off.
Ketchup, mustard, mayo, salt, pepper, syrup, sugar. And a bottle of vinegar. There's not much left. I don't think anyone will miss it. I'll take some bread. Mrs. Bible won't mind. There's no choice. I can't believe I've got to scrabble around in my mother's private things so the damn insurance company doesn't let her die. I mean, what are they gonna do if I can't find any proof that my mother transferred that money? Throw her out of the door in her bed? Alright, come on, Darren. Packet of cigarettes. Is Mom a secret smoker? Oh, there's just playing cards in it. I'd have been surprised. Huh. A little wooden box. I've never seen it before. Ah, there's Mom's transfer book. That's what I was looking for. I'll take both. I don't know about all this kind of stuff. Let's see. I reckon that these are my mom's account transactions. This is the rent, and here's 18 bucks, 45 to the phone company. Aha, and here's the transfer to the insurance company. That's from last month, so she has paid. Those guys need to kick up the butt. What's this? A letter? Dear Rebecca, I have received your letter and am pleased that you're well. Of course, I will furthermore send you the full amount. Your suggestion is well intended, and I wouldn't have expected anything else from you. But there's absolutely no question about your receiving any less, even if he has now left home. You have done a wonderful job, and it's now time that you did something for yourself. Enjoy your life in Maine. With love, C. Strange. The full amount. Even if he's out of the house now? What's that all about? Here's my mom receiving a fat payment from... a $1,500 transfer from a bank in England. BCW Bank. Willow Creek Branch. Willow Creek? That name's familiar. Mom used to live in England, but was it in this, Willow Creek? And who is this C character? And why is he sending her money? Here it is again. And there! She seems to get the same amount every month. Seems to be practically her only source of income. I don't get it. She always told me she got a monthly injury compensation payment from insurance of the guy who caused the crash, which also killed my father. I definitely wasn't supposed to see that. Suppose it didn't really matter to me either. It's just that... It's just not like my mother to keep secrets from me. I'll ask her why she's lied to me as soon as she gets better. Hi.
Hello, Mr. Michaels. What can I do for you?
I have my mother's bank transfers here. She's already paid for the damn insurance.
I was thinking the same thing myself. You know, the insurance company has made a boo-boo. Can I have them? Don't worry, I'll get on it.
So that will be the end of it then?
Yes, I'll clear it all up with them.
Good. Whoa, that can't be right. It's the guy from the hospital with Fuller. Who is that guy? And what's he got to do with Fuller? I ought to listen in. I can still get Fuller a talking to afterwards. Ancient, rickety tool shed. This is where Fuller keeps the junk that he doesn't just throw somewhere in the yard. So, not much. A reel of fishing line. There seems to be a little still on it. Only the line, I'm afraid. No hook. A length of tow rope, a bit more than 2 yards long, and in great condition. Ropes are always good. That's the cage for Fuller's mother's dog. But the dog is usually in the house. At least, I've never seen it here in the cage. The water bowl is completely dry. Perhaps I can still use it. Damn! The door is locked. There's a little hook that's keeping the door locked. I've got to reach it somehow. I've got to be careful. Fuller's talking to that guy on the other side of that window. I can't understand anything, but if I'm not careful, they'll see me. I'll never get those bars out of the wall. I can forget that. I could reach the basement through the light well, but removing the grill would make too much noise. And apart from that, I'd never get up the creaky basement staircase quietly. I've got to find another way. A completely rusted bucket with big holes in the bottom of it. The handle's busted off. I'm gonna leave the bucket there. There really isn't much more I can do with it. Not exactly a fishing rod, but maybe I can catch something else with it. Huh. The window is directly above the door. Perhaps I can somehow unhook the lock through the window. That should work. I've just got to be really quiet. If the handle hits against the door, they're both sure to hear it. Done it. And they didn't notice anything. The door is open again. I can go in. I just hope it doesn't squeak.
Yeah, Angelina. That might have been it. I wrote down the surname as well. For another $10, I might even remember where I put the note.
Not necessary. I know her surname. And your assistant, what about him?
What assist? Oh, you mean Darren? That's my errand boy. He works here in the semester holidays.
A good errand boy is worth a lot. What do you know about him?
Why are you interested in him? You want to poach him from me? No problemo. For $100, I'll even write his notice straight away. What the hell? We'll say 50.
Not interested. Do you know him well?
What's with all the questions? His mother came in and asked if he could work here for a few weeks. He's a pussy! One of the eternally afflicted. Oh, I feel so bad and the world is so unfair and it all makes no sense. Boo-hoo.
So you don't know him?
And I've got no
That was close. They're both heading for the exit, and I'm none the wiser. Who is this guy following, then? Me? Or Angelina? And why? I'm gonna ask Angelina about the man. She's British, and that guy's got a British accent. You never know, perhaps she knows him. But first, I've got unfinished business with Fuller. Hey, where's the big jellyfish? Huh. Looks like Fuller's taking the film out of the camera. But I wanted to give that fat bastard a piece of my mind first. Where the hell is he? What the hell?
What the hell are you doing here, boy?
Keep your hands off, Fuller! Because of you, my mother's in a coma.
What have I got to do with your mother? Out! Out of my basement! Go on, get out of here!
You should have told me that she called. It was obvious that something was wrong. I swear I'm gonna...
You threatening me? You? Threatening me?
If she doesn't wake up, I am gonna...
Out! Get out of here already! You're fired! Out! Out! Out!
You better pray she doesn't die. That's the only thing that'll save your fat ass.
Get out of here! If I ever catch you here again, you'll end up next to your mother.
You're gonna regret this,
You'll
fella.
never do anything, you pussy! You haven't got the balls! You haven't got the guts! You got nothing!
Think of something. I'll get him back. That man's gonna pay, you just wait. But I still need to film with Angelina's pictures on it from out of his camera. I could use his darkroom to develop the film and make the prints. If he's not gonna pay me, then that'll do as a partial payment. Now all I have to do is somehow get him out of the store. Man, I would love to smack the old bastard in the teeth. As long as Fuller's sitting there, I can't go back into the store. I need to lure him out of it. Then I can get Angelina's pictures and develop them in his darkroom.
Well, come on. Come on in. Take a look around. Buy something.
Thanks.
Ah, a young man. You a soldier? Bit slow on the uptake. Have you served?
Sir, no sir.
Ah, so you want to put me on, do you? Find something for yourself and then beat it.
A pair of wire cutters for cutting cable. I'd like to buy these wire cutters.
$2. What? You don't want to negotiate? You got too much dough, right? You got it coming out of your ears. Never worked a hard day in your life, and you got no idea on the value of $1, I bet.
$2 is $2. In your time, it might have been a meal out and a movie for two. For me, it's half a burger.
Be happy that you can just buy a burger like that. There ain't many beef farmers left. All that imported stuff from the third world has screwed up the prices.
And pretty soon you won't be seeing a single lonesome cowboy herding steers across the prairie and singing those old trail songs around the campfire. Oh.
Yeah. Typical youth humor.
The junk shop owner. He appears to be blind. Maybe he's just putting it on. That would fit with the cliché.
Tell me, why haven't you served in the military? Over there in Iraq, they could use whoever they can get.
In Iraq? The war finished 2 years ago.
Well, you don't say. Read my lips. President Bush is going to bring that Saddam to justice.
Sure. You know that Bush is no longer the president, right?
Well, he'll still bring him to justice. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. Sure. Do you know Fuller?
That idiot next door? Sure I do. You can never choose your neighbors, can you?
You don't seem to like him.
That guy hasn't done one damn decent thing in his life. Lazy bastard just sits around in his store, has his mommy wipe his ass for him, and lets the place fall apart down around his ears. Heed my words. He represents everything that's wrong with this country.
You got that right. From World War II, everything's just been downhill, yeah? Pity we haven't got any decent wars still going on. They've even ditched the draft.
Go ahead. You just make fun of it all, boy. A good licking or a couple of tours in Vietnam, that wouldn't be such a...
What do you mean, such a?
Nothing. The guy's a pig. There's something not right about him. He's hiding something, I'm telling you.
And who are you? Is this your shop?
No! I just busted in here and you've surprised me, just as I was about to clear the place out.
Oh, how amusing. How long you been waiting to roll that one out?
Your generation lacks respect for its elders. I fought for you to live here. I spilt my blood for you.
And I'll pay your pension. So we're quits, Mr...
Edward D. Warren. Ed for short. Or
Eddie to my friends.
Hello, Eddie. I'm Darren. Nice shop you got here.
In my time, it wasn't customary to speak to older folks using their first name.
But we're living in my time now, aren't we, Ed?
I think you should find whatever it is you're after, and then scram.
Just like I thought. Play the good citizen, but still chase after every dollar, like the devil chases souls.
Come on, what then?
So, what's life like here in Biddeford?
Well, you're not from around here?
No. I go to college in Boston.
Oh, so you're an intellectual then? Some sort of desk guy, an egghead who just talks clever all day?
No, I'm...
Then you're the artistic type. Some depressive junkie? You're fixing your problems with a self-help group, right?
No, I'm studying physics.
Well, we sure need that stuff. So what brings you here?
I'm visiting my mother over the semester vacation. She's been living here a few months now. Rebecca Michaels?
Oh, well, nice to meet you, Rebecca.
Oh, man. My mother's in the hospital here.
And?
Do you think she'll be in good hands there?
Well, is she sick? She won't be in bad hands if she's in a hospital.
No, I meant, are the doctors here any good?
Well, how should I know? You think just 'cause I'm old I run off to the doctor and complain every day? I haven't been to see no quack in years. I'm as fit as a fiddle.
Yeah. People were made of better, stronger stuff in the past, right?
Yeah. Get to my age and then we'll talk about it.
You know my mother by any chance?
Nope. I don't get out much. What's she doing here? Fresh sea air and all that?
You could say that, yeah. A quiet place to retire. A flat metal bar. It's broken away from the railings. It's pretty heavy. Now I wonder, there might be a mention of this Willow Creek place in these travel guides. Really? Willow Creek pops up in the index. Page 42, section Horror, Hauntings, and History. Let's see. There it is. Only a small box. Willow Creek on the trail of the killer. Willow Creek on the trail of a killer. Fans of the macabre will certainly get their money's worth in Willow Creek, for in this sleepy little English town is where you can wander in the footsteps of Samuel Gordon, the Worcestershire Ripper, the scion of one of England's oldest families. The Gordon's castle lies close to the town, but is unfortunately not open for guided tours. Murdered 5 people in 1981. Among these was Victor Valley, who was just 12 years old. The Willow Creek Museum awaits the horror-friendly visitor, with a permanent display relating to the murders, as well as guided tours from April through to October. Charming little town. And from this horror resort is where my mom gets her monthly payments. Wonderful. Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
The other package for Fuller. There must be photo paper in it.
Could well be.
Well, Can I have it?
Sure. Note, please.
The collection note? Yes, I don't have one.
Then you'll have to ask your boss for it. Nothing goes out of here without a collection note. You got me?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Huh. The bimbo reads fashion magazines. Why is she doing that here? Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, it's you. The hoodlum from this morning.
Yeah, well, I was in a rush. An important job to do.
No reason to be impolite.
Of course not. Huh. I could try to lure Fuller out of the store with a phone call, but I've got no idea how. And he'd recognize my voice, too. Perhaps I can find someone who'll do it for me. 2 magazines. Well thumbed through and a few months old. Hardly any text, plenty of pictures. Just the way those sucker celeb mag readers like it. I'll press a little around here. Good idea, but how do I get the laxative into the bottle without damaging the cap? The little wooden box I found in my mother's bedroom. It's quite hefty, seems to be solid wood. It won't open. There are some kind of symbols on the lid, but I can't even begin to work out what they are. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
That's fine. Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
Is that a girlfriend of yours?
Yeah, one of my best ones.
Does she sit about in this store the whole day?
Excuse me? I wouldn't know what that would have to do with you.
I just mean, has she got a job or not?
She doesn't need one. Actually, her husband has plenty of dough. And even if he didn't, then she could easily earn good money working as a photo model.
As a photo model, huh? That could maybe help me out some.
Oh, really?
Nothing. It's okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
I've noticed you're really into those fashion magazines. Are you a model?
Me? No.
You're joking. You must have at least thought about becoming a photo model.
Actually, I have been approached.
Oh, well, that goes without saying. You see, I work for a magazine from down south. Ladies in Chrome.
I've never heard of it.
It's the high society magazine in the South. The magazine for the top 10,000. I'm working on a piece about life and style in the far north.
Really? How exciting.
Maybe you have some recent photos. I'd love to show our readers what fine taste people up here in the north have. This is your stylish convertible, right?
It is! And I'd be happy to be at your disposal for your story. But I don't have any photos.
That shouldn't be any problem. There's an excellent photographer in town, isn't there?
Fuller? You can't be serious. That savage would never be able to like me properly.
Oh, So you don't know
What don't I know?
who Fuller really is? He's an internationally renowned star photographer from New Zealand. He's been living here incognito for a few years. He's working on his life's work. He's documenting normal folks' lives here in America. Of course, he's got to stay unrecognized to do that.
That's... No, I can't believe that.
I swear, in a few years, when he's finished his work, it'll be the photographic sensation of the decade.
I can't believe it. Show me some of his pictures, then we'll see.
Well, all right then. But don't run away.
No way.
My God, what a lame story. But vanity has always been the biggest weakness for those kind of folks. If I can show her a few reasonable photos, then perhaps she'll lure Fuller out of the shop for me. Look, I've got a few of Fuller's earlier works.
Really? Show me! Which pictures are by him?
Oh, that one there. Oh, and there too. Oh, and here's another one. Exactly. Yeah, that one here.
They're really wonderful.
It was all just for the money. In reality, he's an artist, you see. But the project here in Biddeford is his real passion. Living incognito amongst us common folks, working on his masterpiece. Can you imagine what an effort it must have been for such a cultivated and refined man like Fuller to play a primitive, stinking, sweaty asshole?
That's true art.
You should call him. He could photograph you in your car up on the cliff top.
Now?
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, I've got to hurry, my lady. I've got a deadline to meet in Dallas, you see.
Oh, of course. I'll call from my car phone and arrange a photo shoot.
Oh, excellent. Oh, but don't let him realize that you know his true identity. Who knows what that'd do to his artistic spirit.
I understand. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Shall we meet here again this evening?
Agreed.
Unbelievable. And there he goes. Now I ought to have a few hours to get Angelina's film and develop some pictures in the darkroom. There's a notice hanging on the door. Back soon. Locked. But I bet that Fuller hasn't checked the back door. A used up, chewed up ballpoint pen. He definitely doesn't need it anymore. And if he does, well, even better. It might be that Fuller put the film of Angelina's pictures in the safe before he drove off to his shoot. The safe is locked. Of course. Even Fuller worked out what a safe is for. Alright. Let's see. but I need to get a move on. Fuller's had a clock built into it, so there's a time limit. Hey, that sounds good. Yes, there you go. Aha, a film cartridge. Those will be the photos of Angelina. Well, apart from that, there's just a few papers, a folder, and, whoa, a pistol. I'd better leave everything where it is. As soon as I've developed the pictures and made copies, I'll pay Angelina a visit in the hotel. I could really do with a bit of a distraction. The undeveloped film with Angelina's pictures on it. I've got to develop it and then make prints from the nags. Then I can take the pictures to Angelina in the hotel. That rickety pallet is blocking my view of the lower shelves. I can't see what's behind there. Photo developer. Looks like it's been there for a while, but the bottle's still sealed, so it could still be good. Ah, there's the photo developer. The screen is fixed firmly to the wall. It's glued to a wooden pole at the bottom that's held to the wall with 2 clips. Fuller's secret door's behind it. Okay, I can develop Angelina's film here, and then make some prints. Let's see, what do I need to develop the film? The film with Angelina's pictures on it, and developer fluid. There ought to be some fixer around here, and the developing drum is there on the table. A bottle of distilled water. I'll take that with me. First of all, light off. As long as I don't want to develop any pictures, that doesn't make sense. First, I ought to get everything together that I'm gonna need to develop the film. A small bottle of photographic fixer. There's not a lot left in there, but it ought to do for one more use, I think. Alright, now I've got everything I need to develop the films. Let's go. The film is in the developing drum. The developer's still missing. Good. Now the developer's oxidizing. It gives off electrons, which are then picked up by the silver ions in the light-sensitive layer of the film. The more light that falls on a location, the stronger the reaction, and so the place then turns darker. In short, the film is now being developed. Okay, I guess the film has to be developed now. So, that ought to do it. I'll pour out the developer. Now the fixer's gotta go in to stop the film from keeping on developing. Oh well, that's the end of the fixer. But what was left ought to have stopped the development process. I hope everything's worked. So far, so good. The film's developed. That's the first step. Now I have to make the prints. Let's see. I need photo paper and an enlarger. That's over there. Then I need developer. There's still enough in the bottle. That would be the stop bath. That's enough. The developer also has to be diluted. Great. Just as it should be. A dish with about ½ an inch of diluted developer. The film has been put in. I could turn the lamp on now, but that's not going to do too much if there isn't any paper below the lens. Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
The other package for Fuller. There must be photo paper in it.
Could well be.
Well, can I have it?
Sure. Note, please.
The collection note? Yes, I don't have one.
Then you'll have to ask your boss for it. Nothing goes out of here without a collection note. You got me?
Is there maybe a package for me there? Darren Michaels?
Mm-hmm.
The lovely Rosie hasn't noticed, and I'm now the proud owner of a blank collection note.
Nope, nothing there.
Good. I filled it out. One package for Fuller at his address. I hope that does it. Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
I wanted to pick up Fuller's package with the photo paper.
No, please. I can't accept that.
Why not?
It's not signed.
Fuller has to sign the note?
Stupid. The mailman, of course. Fuller should ask him tomorrow morning. He probably just forgot when he was posting the note through Fuller's door.
It's not possible for me to wait till tomorrow. Thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mrs. Biber? I no longer work for Fuller.
Good for you.
I don't know what's going on between you and Fuller, but I've got nothing to do with it. Mind if I ask you a few things?
If it's not gonna take too long.
Has the mailman been here?
Yep. Puck was here taking his lunch break, but that's already some while back.
Where could he be now? I really need to speak to him.
I'm guessing he's probably in the health center.
Can you tell me anything about Carrie? She's supposed to have killed herself?
Yeah. Carrie. She was a really sweet girl. Always ready to help, always friendly. She wanted to open a kindergarten here. There's not much in the way of childcare around here. Parents have to take their kids for miles to find a place. She was such a lovely girl. She still had her whole life in front of her.
I saw a photo of her in Fuller's shop window. She was really pretty.
If I'd only known. The poor thing.
How do you mean?
It's not important. Too late anyway.
What can you tell me about Biddeford?
I grew up here. I guess I always wanted to move away from here.
But, well, that never happened.
Well, I met my husband when I was 17. And we opened the diner here. It was a wonderful time.
Ah, yes.
I couldn't have known then that he was so... I have to get back to work. You want anything else?
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Michaels. What can I do for you?
Have you seen the mailman by any chance?
Yes, he was here earlier. He brought your mother some get well cards.
Ah, okay. Thanks. See ya.
Goodbye, Miss...
Huh. The news of my mother's accident seems to have spread quickly. A couple of people have already sent flowers. So many greetings and get well wishes. I think she's very active in the community, and she's probably got a lot of new friends here. Lots of different people have sent my mother cards. This one's signed P. Puck. Wait a minute. That's the mailman. The mailman signed it. So now I've got a sample. I think I could forge his signature really well. Dr. Newhouse?
Yes.
What can you tell me about Mrs. Biber? And do you know her husband?
Oh, now a person shouldn't speak ill of others, but her husband, he's a very unpleasant fellow. He was a big deal in the football team at high school, and Mrs. Biber married him young. Yes, I think she imagined her life turning out some other way.
Like how?
Now, she works hard in the diner. She probably does the work of about 3 people, but I don't think it makes a great deal of money. And her husband, well, let's leave it at that. They certainly don't have a lot of money, just a lot of work. And no love.
Uh-huh. Do you know Fuller?
From the photo store? Yes, a little. I've not had much to do with him. He doesn't get involved in the community. He never comes to the spring flea market or to church.
Yeah, right. Who would have thought it?
I know that your mother got you a job at Fuller's. I advised her against it, but she said you were interested in photography?
That's right. Only my job there doesn't have much to do with photography. So, a crazy good time guy like yourself can surely tell me where all the action is here in Biddeford?
Dear me, no. You got me wrong there. I could perhaps give you a few tips on which are the most interesting evening courses at the community center.
No thanks. I'll pass on that one.
I thought you might. Hey, we do put on a disco for young folks every 2 weeks. But I suspect you've rather grown out of all that too.
I don't think I was ever that age. Discos, bars, parties. I was never into that sort of thing.
Your mother mentioned that. You were rather more of a loner, yes?
I have no idea where she got that from.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't intend to.
So, to sum up then, in Biddeford, you're best off being over 50 or dead. Might just suit me.
What? Being over 50?
Yeah, exactly. How is she?
No change. But she's a strong woman.
That's what everyone says. After the accident, she had to bring me up on her own.
Yes, I heard about that. What kind of accident was it?
A car crash. It was in England. We were driving on this tree-lined road. The car got into a skid and we smashed into one of the trees. Dad didn't survive, and Mom's had to wear that support thing ever since. I came away without a scratch.
Do you remember anything about the accident?
What? No. I was only a few years old. No memory of it. I've lived here in the States for as long as I can remember.
It's just that when I examined your mother, I thought her back and neck injuries seemed rather unusual for a collision-type accident. They looked more like injuries from a fall from a considerable height, causing her to have suffered compressed vertebrae.
And what do you mean by that?
Nothing. Nothing at all. If your mother said she was in a car accident, then that must have been the case.
Or she's been lying.
Darren, I certainly didn't mean that.
Huh. Thank you, Doctor. Well, that's it for now, I guess.
If you've got any more things you want to ask, just come and find me.
The mirror. Don't go through the mirror.
Mom? Mom, are you awake? Did I just imagine that? No, I couldn't have. My wrist still hurts. She must have been terribly afraid of something. But what did she mean? Okay, good. I've got the original. I guess the signature is kinda half decent. Hey, Rosie. Hard at work.
What do you want?
I wanted to pick up Fuller's package with the photo paper.
No, please. So how did you manage to scare up the old fart?
Yeah, I bumped into him in the town.
You were lucky. Here, Fuller's photo paper.
Much obliged. An A4 size package. Fairly heavy. Either it really is photographic paper, or it's Fuller's dirty mags for the week. I better not unpack that here. Better in the dark room. A4 size package. Ah, nice. 50 sheets of top quality photo paper. The sheet is lying in the frame. The distance of the lens from the paper seems fine for the picture to be projected properly. Then let's have a go. The longer I leave the lamp on, the more contrast the picture gets. Let's try it. Okay, I think that's enough time. Here we go. I have to take the sheet out as soon as it has the correct brightness. Too early, it stays too light. Too late, it'll get too dark. The contrast is good and the brightness is right too. But the picture itself is garbage. I can't do much about that. Maybe some of the other pictures are better. Well, at least the exposure and development times seem to be right. I'll try it again. The sheet is lying in the frame. The distance... Okay then, let's try again. I have to measure the exposure time exactly. Too short and there won't be enough contrast. Too long will give me too much. Okay, I think that's enough time. Here we go. I have to take the sheet out as soon as it has the correct brightness. Too early, it stays too light. Too late, it'll get too dark. Yes, I've really got it now. Brightness and contrast are correct. If Fuller only had any idea about photography, then maybe even the picture would be good too. Maybe the next one. This could well take some time. 36 pictures and not one of them actually any good. How can a guy take a beautiful woman like Angelina and then photograph her so badly? But I can't do much about that. The pics have been snapped and I gotta take them to her at the hotel. At least I get to see her again. And it's also not my fault that the pictures are bad. What the? Mrs. Biba? Can I help you, Mrs. Biba?
Oh. What are you doing here? I thought you quit.
Yes. Yes, I have. I'm just picking up my stuff.
Oh. Right. Is Fuller there?
No, not at the moment.
Then, can you give him this? Give it to him personally. As soon as he gets back. I gotta go.
feel sorry for her. There's something not right going on here. Could it help me get one over on Fuller? Huh. But I can't put Mrs. Biber in danger. She gives the impression she can't take much more. If I could secretly open the envelope, then I could look at what's inside and put the envelope in the mailbox later. That would keep Mrs. Biber out of trouble. But how can I open the envelope and close it again without Fuller noticing? The letter's about 1/4 of an inch thick and quite rigid. The tab is stuck down. I need to open it without anyone being able to tell. The kettle's full. That's where Mom indulged herself. We had an ancient wood-burning stove at home that she used to cook on. She always said it reminded her of her time as a cook back in England. Hey, the steam could undo the glue. Let's try. It's steaming. The steam's loosening the glue. Got it. The paper hasn't torn and the glue still sticks. I can reseal the letter. But first, I want to see what's inside. Holy, that's gotta be $1,500. There's some kind of blackmailing going on here. Mrs. Biber hates Fuller, and she didn't want her husband to see that I gave her a letter from him this morning. It would seem he knows nothing about it. But what's it about? Sex? Ugh, surely not with Fuller. Something to do with the diner, or from Biber's past? I'd love to send Fuller off to jail for blackmail. But first I gotta find out what he's blackmailing Mrs. Biber with. But tomorrow's another day. I'll put the letter in Fuller's mailbox and get myself ready for my date with Angelina. Hopefully he doesn't take too much pleasure in it.
Come on in. Come on. Oh, it's you.
How do you know that? I thought you were blind.
You stink of perfume, like a whorehouse I once visited in Lille. Smells like teen spirit.
If you say so. An old radio. Looks like a piece of pro equipment. Are you a radio hobbyist?
Radio hobbyist? You mean one of those idiots who thinks it's neato mosquito when they have another idiot on the air who only lives 2 blocks away? I was a wireless operator with the Hells Devils, 8th Infantry Regiment of the 4th U.S. Infantry Division. I was there in North Africa, and in Sicily, then in Normandy on Utah Beach. I was wounded on the Rhine. That was my eyes. And I got a Purple Heart for it all.
And so, are you still a radio guy or not?
I'm keeping the tradition alive. I talk to old buddies real regular. Can reach 'em anywhere. I'd say I'm kind of an expert. Keep my things in good working order. Always prepared.
Ah, okay. Good to know.
Come on, what then?
How do you get on?
I'm blind. How the hell do you think I get on? You idiot.
Does it hinder you a lot?
Well, sometimes. If I need to look something up. Looky here. I'm supposed to figure out what this coin's worth, and I got no idea. It's a rare piece, but it's pretty worn out.
Can I help you with it?
Oh, sure, kid. If you think I'll fall for that, I give you the coin, you run out the door like a punk. I ain't stupid.
Yeah. How you getting on with the coin?
You got nothing better to do than annoying me?
If I find out the price of the coin for you, will you stop behaving like an ass?
Can't promise.
Show it to me. You can keep it in your hand. A woman's profile. A few stars and numbers. Have you got something like a coin catalog?
Yep, it's on the counter.
That's a flowing hair scent, wreath reverse, from 1793. $2,400.
Not bad. $2,400. I'll offer him $800. Seller's an idiot. Thanks. I owe you one.
Oh, I'm happy to help old, disabled people. Put one over on the other folks. You're welcome.
Perhaps, you could do me another favor right away. I lost my cane.
You've done what? How can you lose a cane?
Not how you think. I was playing poker and, had a slam dunk hand. But how could I know that that idiot from the hotel had a straight flush?
You bet your cane and lost.
Yeah.
Who's got it now?
The owner of the Wild Coast Hotel.
Alright then. I gotta pass by there anyway, so I'll ask him.
Thanks. You know, maybe you ain't so much of a idiot as I thought.
Excuse me.
Yes, please?
You know my mother? Rebecca Michaels?
Rebecca? Well, of course! We sit together on the tourist board. You're her son? How is she?
Not good, I'm afraid. She's lying in the hospital. She had a fall.
Oh, my dear boy, that's... I'll let my wife know right away. We'll send her a card.
Well, if you like.
So what are you doing here then? Shouldn't you be with your mother?
I'm gonna go see her again later.
Well, please, give her our best wishes.
Yes, of course. Does the hotel belong to you?
It sure does. My grandfather built it, and I've been running it for the past 15 years.
Do you live here with your family?
It's like this. The guests value the quiet family atmosphere here. It really is something quite special to stay in a small, family-run hotel. I can't bear those awful tower block hotels in the holiday resorts.
And at some point your children will take over the running of it?
Yes, I hope so. My daughter's studying to be a hotelier in Switzerland. I only hope that our hotel here doesn't end up being too small and provincial for her. My son, he's got rather different interests.
What's he doing then?
Now, he's a musician.
Really?
Yes. He even thinks he can make a living out of it.
Some people live very nicely from it. What does he play?
He plays an electric bass in a band. I think it's called punk rock.
And you're worried about that? I've heard that you have poker games here every now and again. Could I maybe sit in on a game?
I ask you, please. This is a respectable hotel. We don't condone illegal gambling.
I'd like to get back into playing poker. I'd be interested in a blind man's white cane as a bet.
Yes, nice. We sometimes play a little game or two of poker here, but nothing public, quite private. Never for high stakes.
Wouldn't you say that for a blind man, a white cane would be quite a high stake?
He wanted to bet with it.
You know what? I think I'll inform the police about your game. I mean, that can't be right now, can it? You can't take a cane away from a blind man.
Well, go ahead and call the cops. I've got nothing to hide. I won the cane fair and square. You can ask the other players.
If you say so. So what was that again about the fair and square win in an illegal gambling game in a respected local hotel? What would Rosie think if I told her about it? What would other people think, in fact? Taking the cane from a blind man. What a devious, slimy character you are.
No, please, don't do that. I am sorry. I really didn't want the cane, you know. Eddie just didn't have any more dough with him, and he threw it in as a guarantee.
How much did he stake on it, then?
Oh, it's not worth talking about. What's $100 anyway? You seeing him today? I could give you the cane. Give him my best, and tell him he can consider it a gift from a good old friend.
Well, great. I'll take it with me and pass it on to Eddie then.
And give your mother my best when she wakes up.
Yeah. I should be looking after my mother or beating the crap out of Fuller's fat face. But instead, I'm standing here with a stomach full of butterflies. I don't know what it is about her, but man, I got it bad. All right, let's go.
Come in.
Hello, Angelina. Have I come at a bad time?
No, come in.
I've got the pictures with me. Here.
Oh, great.
To be honest, it's anything other than great. The wrong lighting, pathetic composition. Fuller has really no idea what he's doing.
I thought that might be the case. I'm sure they would have been better if you'd taken them. How would you take my picture?
Well, your face should, well,
Just do it!
Huh?
Don't tell me that you, the would-be star photographer, haven't got a camera with you.
Sure, of course.
Come on, then. I still need a present for my parents' wedding anniversary.
Very nice. The light is perfect.
Have you been living here long?
Oh, I don't live here at all. I study in Boston. My mom just bought a house here a few months ago. What brings you here? Look over that way. Yeah, like that. Are you an actress or something like that?
You got it. I'm a famous English actress on my way to Hollywood. No, but seriously. I study literature and history in England. I'm interested in English immigrants in America. Their aspirations, their dreams, their reality.
Wow, that's interesting.
If you say so, we'll see. I wanted to drift a bit, collect some life stories. I don't yet know exactly how I should organize the work.
My mother's from England, too. She came over here more than 20 years ago.
Really? Do you think I could talk to her?
That isn't possible at the moment. That's a very pretty bracelet.
Oh, thank you. I got it from my grandmother. She was always there for me. Unfortunately, she died last year.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Thanks, but you don't need to be. She was very ill at the end, you know? It was a relief for her. She gave me this bracelet shortly before she died. I'm sure you'll find it silly, but I always have the feeling that she's near me and looks after me. Perhaps we could do a few more special pictures? For your portfolio. I always wanted to have a few photos of myself as a model.
Oh, sure. I don't know, what did you have in mind?
I thought maybe like this. Or like this. Or like this.
That's it. The film is full.
Oh, shame. I was just getting warmed up. What do you say we go for a meal?
Actually, I'm not hungry yet, but...
Tonight. In the diner. I'll pay. In return for the photos, okay?
Yes. Sure. Sounds good.
All right, then. See you tonight. Can you develop the pictures by then?
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
I'm looking forward to it.
Jeez. That was certainly something.
Yes, Miss Angelina Morgan has a room here. Would you like to leave her a message, or would you like to go up?
How many nights has she booked?
Damn. No more pictures on the film.
I'm sorry, sir, but you'll have to ask Miss Morgan herself. I can't.
All right.
Brown comb-back hair, long straight nose, eyes close together.
Which room is she in, then?
I'll inform her that you're here. Mr...
That won't be necessary. I'll come back later.
Thin lips, sallow skin, angular face, pointed chin.
But please, don't tell her I was here. It's supposed to be a surprise.
Hello? What's wrong? Sir?
And he's gone. What does this guy want? Excuse me.
Yes, please?
Since when has Miss Morgan been staying here?
You seem to be her friend. Ask her yourself. We run a very discreet hotel here.
Would that be the case if I were to leave a 20 on your counter?
Sorry?
Nothing. This guy, the one who was asking about Miss Morgan, had you seen him before?
Sorry, no. He came in and asked me a few questions. Then he disappeared. A strange fellow. Do you know him?
No, but I think he shouldn't be let near Miss Morgan.
Of course not. I call upstairs, and only when the young lady agrees do I let him up.
And he can't come creeping around here?
Well, that possibility can't be completely excluded. But you can only open the doors from outside with a key.
Oh, great. I need to develop the pictures before my date. but I can't get into Fuller's darkroom anymore, so I'll have to get by with just domestic items. Mom's bathroom will make a great substitute darkroom. I've still got the remains of the photo paper, and I've got developer. I need a red light, 2 flat dishes, and a little acid to use as a fixer. And something to do the exposing with. A projector, for example. I'll write everything down so I don't forget anything. What a day. The bathroom will make a good dark room. It's got no windows, and it's tiled. Perfect. Now I just need all the equipment. I need 2 bowls, a makeshift fixer, and an enlarger. And of course, a red light lamp so I can see. I saw some on the chain of lights in front of the diner. Yes, this'll do for my red light. This chain of lights is gonna stay dark tonight. There was something else.
Well, spit it out. What do you want?
Your blind man's cane.
Well, thanks. You know, you're smarter than you sound. Best put it by the door. Hey, listen, if I can help you out in any way, you just ask.
About the slide projector.
It ain't for sale.
I don't want to buy it. I just need it for a while. I want to borrow it. I did help you with the coin and got your blind man's cane back.
That's true. Okay, take the projector, but bring it back today.
Yeah, I'll bring it back today, and undamaged.
Good. Good.
All right. I've got everything I need to develop the pictures. It's gonna take a bit of time, so let's get going. I've got the pictures. Huh. They've come out quite well, considering the conditions I had to develop them in. All the stuff that I need for developing is in the bathtub. I hope I won't be needing it for a while. I'm just gonna take any slide projector. I wish I could make some reprints of some of the pictures, but there's no more photo paper left. But I'm gonna keep at least one. I'll go and visit my mother one more time, and then I'll get ready to go out.
And you think that the guy is following me? A student from England? Why?
No idea. I didn't say that he is following you. I only said that he might be. Perhaps it's me he's following.
It's all right, Darren. I didn't mean to upset you. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I don't know. It's just all too much for me at the moment. My mom's in the hospital, there's this thing with England, and then this guy.
Which thing with England?
Yeah, well, my mom, she gets money from England. A village called Willow Creek. Do you know it?
Yes. I even know roughly where it is.
I think it's a place where my mom worked as a cook.
And she still gets money from there? Her plum pudding must be heavenly.
That's the thing. I mean, that's more than 20 years ago. Who's sending her over $1,000 every month? And for what? I found this box next to the bank transfers.
Huh.
I've never seen it before. And that coat of arms with the 3 lions? That's an English emblem, isn't it?
It is.
What exactly are you doing?
I just thought you maybe wanted to see what's inside.
You know how to open it?
There were thousands of these caskets produced in the 19th century. There's a special kind of lock mechanism that's
Supposed to keep curious people out.
Well, it didn't really work.
What's inside?
A photo.
A man and a woman in front of a wrought iron gate. Is that your mum? And the man, is that your father? Is there anything written on the back? Blackmere Castle, Willow Creek, England, October 1969. What's wrong?
My mom.
Darren?
Do you think she looks 5 months pregnant?